During an intense training session, Ukrainian forces are aboard the American-made Bradley fighting vehicle, practicing motorized tactics. As adrenaline surges, chaos ensues. One Bradley circles another at breakneck speed, its Bushmaster M242 25mm automatic cannon roaring to life. In the thick of it, a lone Ukrainian serviceman stands perilously close to the target vehicle. With mere seconds to react, he faces a heart-pounding choice. To duck and pray he remains untouched by the lethal onslaught. For Ukrainian forces, mastering the sophisticated weaponry provided by their Western allies isn't just a training exercise, it's a desperate, high-stakes race against the clock. As their towns are bombarded relentlessly, every moment becomes precious. Even as homes crumble under enemy fire, they rush to training grounds, fervently learning to harness the power of the tools that might liberate their nation. The iconic American Bradley fighting vehicle isn't just another piece of military hardware for Ukraine. It's the backbone of their resilience against overwhelming Russian aggression. For decades, the vehicle has been a synonym of American military power. From its debut during the Gulf War, the Bradley left an extraordinary mark in modern warfare, destroying more hostile Iraqi armored vehicles than the M1 Abrams heavy battle tank. As the decades passed, the vehicle became critical for deploying American infantrymen into hot combat zones and extracting the wounded. Even years after its prime, the sturdy Bradley continued to leave its mark, this time in Eastern Europe. Once on the back foot, Ukrainian forces now halt Russian moves and strike back with force. As a countermeasure, the Russians sow minefields everywhere, trying to cage the Ukrainian momentum. The Bradley stands out in this brutal conflict. In Zaporizhia, the unassuming road once marked as TO408 now goes by a haunting name given by Ukraine's 47th Mechanized Brigade, the Road to Hell. The name is an exaggeration. This road has become an artery to the brutal conflict. Every inch is a gamble. Drones fill the sky like a plague, watching, waiting. The earth hides a deadly puzzle of mines, trenches, and Russian ambushes. Daily, Ukrainian soldiers drive the Bradley fighting vehicle down this nightmare road. Their clear-cut goal is to get fresh fighters to the front and pull others out in a 30-second operation window. Against this backdrop, one soldier, Karatsupa, pointed out how the Bradley's adaptability has made it vital in navigating some of the deadliest minefields known to humanity. Quote, "I've been serving since 2014, and I've never encountered such minefields anywhere. Just hectares of them, to the left and to the right." The importance of the Bradley became glaringly evident after Ukrainian forces took the village of Robotyne in Zaporizhia. Russia's backlash was immediate and brutal, pockmarking the region with more troops and even denser minefields. But the Bradley stood tall, rescuing civilians trapped and tormented under Russian control. The vehicle's tough skin held against artillery strikes, with soldiers pointing to the damage as proof of their indomitable spirit. However, the Bradley isn't stealthy. Its distinctive whistle can be heard for miles. To the Russians, it's a warning. To the Ukrainians, it's a lifeline. But it's also a beacon, revealing its location and adding another layer to the peril of war. The Bradley fighting vehicle's increasing significance to Ukraine has meant a frenzied pace of training for Ukrainians. As the front lines clamor for reinforcement, mastering these American war machines quickly has become paramount. When the conflict's first shots echoed, the Bradley was among the initial American war assets to thunder onto Ukrainian soil. This deployment was part of a mammoth $2.85 billion security aid package from the U.S. Alongside the Bradley, the package comprised other armored juggernauts, the formidable Patriot surface-to-air missile systems, M113 armored personnel carriers, MRAPs, and the rugged Humvees. Recognizing these machines' sheer might and complexity, the U.S. launched a comprehensive training regimen for Ukrainian soldiers to ensure troops could unlock their new arsenal's full firepower and defensive capabilities. Initially held in Germany, training drills spanned combined arms tactics and complex joint maneuvers. Among all the assets, the Bradley took center stage. More than just armored protection, the BFV was a multi-purpose powerhouse, transporting troops right to the battle's edge, delivering devastating firepower, repelling tank assaults, and rooting out fortified enemy positions. Its integration into the Ukrainian military arsenal was a game-changer, enhancing mobility, amplifying efficiency, and shielding soldiers during transit. To bolster Ukrainian resistance, the U.S. has committed to supplying 190 Bradleys, which includes 4 advanced B-Fist variants. Equipped with cutting-edge optics, computing systems, communication tools, and laser rangefinders and designators, the B-Fist is a command titan, spotting targets and relaying their coordinates to a slew of Allied weapons platforms, from artillery to multiple launch rocket systems, or MLRS. Yet the conflict has taken its toll. According to Oryx, an open-source tracking entity, at least 52 Bradleys have been struck from Ukraine's active roster, 26 destroyed, 21 damaged, and a minimum of 5 damaged and forsaken. And these numbers, based solely on visual evidence, might only be the tip of the iceberg. With the demand for Bradleys surging and their ranks thinning, training has shifted to a more immediate, on-the-ground format amid the war's chaos. In the thick of one such rush training episode, tragedy struck. A harrowing video has surfaced on social media, capturing a near-fatal accident involving 2 American-donated Ukrainian Bradley fighting vehicles. The video was recorded at an undisclosed time and place. It features one Bradley ferociously maneuvering around its counterpart, unleashing a volley from its Bushmaster M242 25mm automatic cannon, while the second Bradley remains stationary in the open field. An oblivious soldier stands nearby. Alarmingly, he seems unaware of the 30-ton metal colossus barreling towards him, its guns roaring. The advancing Bradley takes aim at the turret of the stationary vehicle, discharging rounds as it adopts a semicircular trajectory. Seconds seem like hours. With cannon fire exploding just above him, the soldier instinctively ducks, narrowly avoiding a round that crashes into the turret. Elsewhere in the frame, another soldier, hands on his hips, observes the situation, only to be enveloped by a cloud of dust kicked up by the aggressive Bradley, blurring him from view. The heart-stopping episode unfolds so swiftly that repeated viewings are needed to fully comprehend the near disaster and the razor-thin margin between life and death for the unsuspecting soldier. Although preliminary indications suggest this was a case of miscommunication, and fortunately no casualties resulted, exact details remain sparse. It's unclear whether any disciplinary action was taken against the firing crew or the soldier's condition in the aftermath. Curiously, the social media account that posted the video seemed to downplay the grim near miss. Instead, they extolled the attacking Bradley's maneuvers, remarking, quote, "Such skills will come in handy when vehicles are piled up in one place." For many, however, the footage wasn't a spectacle of skill, but a somber testament to the inherent perils of warfare. It serves as a chilling reminder that even in controlled environments, the threat of tragedy looms large.